There was a meeting before the meeting you were in. Before HR sat across from you and handed you that envelope, there was a planning session. A calibration conversation. A list. Your name was on it. And in that room, the room you were never invited to, decisions were made about your timeline, your severance floor, your reference language, and exactly how much they were prepared to give you if you pushed back. They knew all of this before you knew anything. I was in those rooms for 20 years. Today I'm going to tell you exactly what was said. This is what the talent. Let's go. They already know your severance ceiling. Before any layoff conversation happens, HR and legal have already established a range. A floor, the minimum they're prepared to offer. A ceiling, the maximum they'll go before escalating for approval. The number they present to you is always at or near the floor. They are waiting to see if you accept it. Most people do. Not because the floor is fair. Because most people don't know a ceiling exists. Here's what moves you toward the ceiling: tenure, performance record, specialized knowledge, potential legal exposure, and your willingness to simply ask professionally with a clear rationale. The ask itself is often enough. HR expects a certain percentage of employees to negotiate. They have budget for it. The budget doesn't disappear if you don't use it, it just stays with the company. They're hoping you sign before you think. The severance conversation is almost always scheduled for a Tuesday or Wednesday morning. Not Monday, too cruel. Not Friday, gives you the weekend to think and talk to people. Tuesday or Wednesday, you're back in work mode, the week is in motion, and the emotional momentum of let's just get this resolved is working in their favor. They will often ask if you have any questions and then go quiet. That silence is a tactic. It is designed to make you feel like you should wrap this up quickly and professionally. You should not. I appreciate you walking me through this. I'll take the full review period to go through the details carefully. That's it. That's the response. Every time. You don't owe them a fast signature. You owe them a professional exit. Those are not the same thing. The reference is negotiated, not given. When you leave a company, especially in a layoff, the official reference policy is almost always neutral verification. Dates of employment. Title. Eligible for rehire, yes or no. That's it. A future employer calls. HR confirms you work there. Nothing else. What most people don't know is that the reference letter, a real written recommendation confirming strong performance, and that departure was due to restructuring not performance, is a negotiated term of your exit. It is not given automatically. It is asked for explicitly as part of the severance agreement. In exchange for my cooperation with this transition, I need a written letter of recommendation confirming my contributions, and that this separation was due to restructuring. I'm happy to provide a draft for your review. HR hears this regularly from people who know to ask. It costs the company nothing. It protects your professional reputation for years. Get it in writing before you sign anything. Your employment status language matters more than you think. On your official employment record, the record that follows you to every future background check is a separation code. Laid off and terminated for cause are dramatically different outcomes for your career. If your layoff included any performance conversation, even informal, that conversation may affect your separation code. You have the right to ask, how will my separation be coded in your official records? And you have the right to negotiate, I'd like the records to reflect position eliminated due to restructuring. In exchange for your professional cooperation, your clean exit, your non-disparagement, your smooth knowledge transfer, this is a completely standard ask. HR agrees to it regularly. But only when someone asks. Most people never ask. Because nobody told them they could. The professional negotiator? Here is something they don't teach you anywhere. HR professionals respect employees who negotiate. Not employees who threaten. Not employees who get emotional. Not employees who make demands. Employees who come back with a professional, reasoned counter, who say I've reviewed the terms carefully, and I'd like to discuss a few items. Those employees are taken seriously. Because they signal something important. This person understands what they're signing. This person knows the value of the release they're being asked to provide. That signal changes the conversation. The HR person across from you has a range. They have flexibility. They have a budget for employees who push back professionally. They are waiting to see if you're one of them. Be one of them. Here is what HR knew before you walked into that room: your severance floor and ceiling. That most people sign without negotiating. That silence makes people uncomfortable enough to rush. That the reference letter has to be asked for explicitly. That employment status language is negotiable. Now you know it too. The full HR Insider Playbook, everything they know, now on your side of the table, is in the link in the description. This is what the talent. 20 years inside HR. Now declassifying everything. The move is yours.